The clip you're about to watch has already sparked intense conversation online. So cousins, stay right here because this situation escalates faster than anyone expected. What started as a messy podcast moment has now turned into a full-blown debate about respect, misogyny, accountability, and what celebrities are forced to tolerate in the public eye.
About Klay Thompson, y'all steady trying to get him a pass. I ain't never seen Klay not shoot it like this. And for him to say I'm out of my prime, like, come on, Klay, like, come on.
He said that?
Yeah.
How many?
Yeah, he's got a beautiful target. Speaking of BBL.
Yeah.
I'm from West Virginia, man. I've been taught a lot by some old folks, old white folks. It only takes one pussy to drag a battleship across the desert. That's how powerful it is. So, it got something to, you know what I'm saying? Klay Thompson, I ain't saying that's what it is, but that might be what it is.
So that's Patrick Beverly and Jason Williams on the Hoopin N Hollerin podcast speaking about Klay Thompson's recent struggles with the Dallas Mavericks. A lot of people have been speaking out about Klay Thompson's relationship with his current girlfriend, publicly new girlfriend, Megan Thee Stallion.
Early yesterday, former NBA players Jason Williams and Patrick Beverly sat on the Hoopin N Hollerin podcast discussing Klay Thompson's recent performances with the Dallas Mavericks. But the conversation took a sharp turn when Williams made the comment that has now gone viral, alleging that Klay's relationship with Megan Thee Stallion was dragging his game down, adding the controversial line that it only takes one pussy to drag a battleship across the desert. The reaction from the panel, especially the laughter from those present, immediately fueled outrage across social media. Reportedly, fans did not hesitate to call the moment disrespectful and unprovoked, especially toward Megan, who had nothing to do with the sports debate to begin with. Many pointed out that the remark didn't just insult her, it blamed a woman for a man's professional performance, a narrative that women in entertainment say they deal with constantly. Klay Thompson, who was usually quiet about his personal life, saw the clip and responded directly under the podcast's Instagram post. He called the remarks disgusting and disturbing, adding that he wondered how the men on the show would feel if he spoke publicly about their wives or partners with that same tone. His comment immediately shifted the conversation, making it clear he wasn't letting this slide. Once Klay's response went public, the clip's reach exploded. Reported reactions across X, TikTok, and Reddit highlighted a broader frustration with how female entertainers, particularly Black women, are spoken about in sports and media spaces. Many users stated that Megan has already faced waves of public scrutiny, and seeing her dragged into a conversation unrelated to her work felt unnecessary and targeted. Within hours, Jason Williams came forward claiming his comments were taken out of context, alleging the show edited the clip in a way that made him look intentionally malicious. He argued that he was actually referring to the power of a woman, but viewers didn't buy it. Fans pointed out that even if the comment had a different angle originally, the wording itself was explicit and degrading. Williams later offered an apology toward Thompson, saying he did not intend for the comment to be interpreted as an attack on Megan with a relationship. But the apologies sparked mixed reactions, with some calling it damage control rather than accountability. A few commenters argue that if someone has to clarify that many times, the message probably wasn't communicated well enough to begin with. Patrick Beverly, who was present during the original taping, went on record saying he was disappointed by the clip and didn't fully understand the context when it was happening live. However, fans noted that the laughter in the background made it seem like he was supporting the moment, whether intentionally or not. Beverly's attempt to distance himself from the comment raised even more eyebrows. As the debate continued, people started analyzing the deeper meaning behind Klay stepping up so boldly. Some alleged that this moment showed exactly how serious his relationship with Megan has become. Others reported that it highlighted long-standing boundaries he feels have been crossed too many times by commentators discussing his personal life. And just as everyone thought the situation was settling, a new piece of information started making the rounds, something that could shift how the public interprets Klay's response entirely.
And blaming that relationship on why Klay has been struggling. Here you see Jason Williams echoing some of these same sentiments, saying, quote unquote, "It only takes one kitty to drag a warship across the ocean." Basically saying like that may be the reason. Well, Klay Thompson did not take kindly to this and went to Instagram to say, "Referring to my girlfriend as a kitty is so disgusting and disturbing, especially from someone who played in the NBA. How would y'all feel if I referred to your wives in such a way? At Patrick Beverly. Do better, fellas. Very disappointing." Not gonna hold you. I don't think it's fair for people to blame Megan Thee Stallion for Klay Thompson's struggles whatsoever. And not even on some like feminism type stuff. Like if we're being honest, Klay was struggling on the back end of his stint in Golden State. You feel me? That was one of the issues, like coming towards the back end of his career. Coming off of multiple serious injuries, Klay was struggling to shoot the ball. He had streaky moments, but he was struggling a lot. And then he goes to Dallas. He was struggling there. He heated up for a little bit, cooled down, and then now to start this season, he's struggling again. He's on the back end of his career. You know, this didn't just start when him and Megan Thee Stallion became a public couple. You feel me? So I feel like it's wrong for people to be blaming Megan Thee Stallion. He was struggling before he was, you feel me? Like, yeah, so I don't think that's right. You feel me? It's a talking point for people to use on podcasts, though. I get it. We know how these podcasts are. How do you guys feel about this? Let me know in the comments. Till next time, I'm out of here. Make sure you join the Discord. We talk about music, sports, everything in between. If you have any issues joining, DM me, let me know. Till next time, I'm out of here. You hear me?
The fallout from the Hoopin N Hollerin podcast continued to ripple across social media as fans expressed outrage over the comments made about Megan Thee Stallion. Several NBA analysts weighed in, reportedly criticizing the podcast host for what they described as reckless and disrespectful remarks. Social media users shared clips, calling the comments tone-deaf and questioning how such language could be acceptable in sports commentary. Reportedly, some sponsors associated with the podcast began reevaluating their partnerships after the backlash grew. Fans believe this incident could impact future opportunities for Williams and Beverly if networks see them as a liability. Twitter was flooded with posts defending Megan, praising Klay for standing up and protecting her honor. One viral tweet read, "Klay Thompson shows real loyalty. Megan deserves this respect." Insiders claim Megan was upset but composed when the first hearing about the podcast. Friends allegedly told sources that she appreciated Klay's public defense as she had been reluctant to engage publicly, not wanting to escalate the drama. Fans believe her measured response, combined with Klay's support, helped prevent the situation from becoming even more explosive. On Instagram, Klay posted a heartfelt message that fans interpreted as both defensive and empowering. He reportedly wrote, "Respect is earned and demanded. Nobody disrespects my partner." Observers on social media praised him for speaking directly and setting boundaries, highlighting that professional athletes rarely comment on such matters publicly. Rumors began circulating that the podcast hosts were facing internal investigations by the platform's management. Sources allege that executives were reviewing the episode to determine whether policy violations occurred. Fans reacted by suggesting this might lead to suspensions or even a formal apology being required on the network's platform. During an interview with a local sports station, Klay reportedly reiterated his support for Megan, describing her as focused, talented, and strong, despite the negativity surrounding her. He emphasized that his relationship did not affect his professional performance, countering the claims made on the podcast. Social media fans interpreted this as a subtle but firm rebuke to the host's narrative. The situation reportedly attracted commentary from other NBA stars, with some publicly praising Klay for defending Megan. Players allegedly shared personal experiences of facing online or media scrutiny of their partners, indicating solidarity. Fans noted that this wave of support appeared to strengthen the public perception of Klay as a loyal and principled figure in the league. Megan's team, according to insiders, considered releasing the statement, but ultimately decided against it, believing that engaging directly might escalate the conflict unnecessarily. Fans reacted with mixed feelings. Some agreed with the decision to stay silent, but others wanted Megan to publicly call out the offensive remarks. Either way, her image as poised and professional reportedly gained further support. Reportedly, the podcast episode in question continued to trend days after its release, with clips being shared widely online. Fans believe the virality of the controversy might overshadow the original content, bringing more attention to the disrespectful comments than intended. Discussions on forums and sports and news outlets dissected both the remarks and the responses from Klay and Megan. By midweek, sources allege that the hosts of Hoopin N Hollerin were being advised to issue a formal apology to Megan and Klay. Fans anticipate that the resolution of this story could set a precedent for how relationships are discussed on sports media platforms. The tension remains high, as everyone watches closely to see how both parties will handle the situation going forward. The cliffhanger? Will the host actually apologize, or will the controversy escalate further?